Hello everybody, Brian here. It is March 18th, 4:38 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my time. Brian here at quantlabs.net. I'm going to talk about the futures market, namely what to focus on. Number one, big benefit. I've been doing this for 10 plus years, algo trading and whatnot. The biggest benefit, and you want to get the life-changing profit and whatnot that you want, I'm going to tell you right now, number one, easily, is the futures market in crypto. I'm going to tell you which coins to focus on, and I'm going to show you a whole whack load of stuff that a lot of people don't talk about because they're chasing after the spot market. This is not Binance, Coinbase, Kraken. This is futures market. If you're in the States, in my case, I'm in Ontario, Canada. I think also this applies to UK as well, so you may not get access to this. But being on Binance.com, I have access to, because I've been with them for a while, so I have access to this. Let me show you what I'm talking about. First off, let's talk about CoinGecko.com. Okay, so first thing we need to understand is what coins to focus on. Now I'm using CoinGecko.com instead of CoinMarketCap.com is because that site is owned by Binance, so that site is usually skewed towards making Binance look good. Here, CoinGecko.com is independent. They're based out of Malaysia, so they're a better resource for this. So what we've got to look at is first, let's look at the exchanges. Okay, so under here we have spot. You can do okay in spot, but the real life-changing from let's say zero to hero, or million dollar changes plus, you want to be in this market, not spot, derivatives market, which is namely in here derivatives, which is really the futures market. If you go to CoinMarketCap, you may find options. Do not do options, at least not on Binance. I found that was more like binary options, so it's really not a good place to go. But futures is a different story. So this is considered also derivatives. You can see that little hot flame there. Fire, meaning it's hot. So here's what you need to look at. You look at all the different exchanges here of the futures. Look at the volume here. 24-hour open interest, 10.4 billion. 24-hour volume, 42 billion. Okay, so right there, that's what you look for, especially the 24-hour volume. And look at the number of perpetuals. This is the number of contracts you have available on that market. Now, you could start looking at FTX, OKX, and I can't really comment on any of these. I mean, I think they could be okay to work with. But Binance is still number one, and they're very aggressive in what they do. Now, as I said, I don't think US, Ontario, UK may not have access to this. Now, if you want to be serious, this is where the real big money is in crypto. Not doing some stupid ETF. No, I shouldn't say that. But if they're in the futures market, fine. But anyways, I'm going to step out of that. But perpetual is 186. So that's all fine and good. Next question is what coins to focus on. I'm going to show you which ones you want. Now, when you go into coins now, just coins. Which coins to work with? You have a couple of choices here. Obviously, Bitcoin, again, 24-hour volume, 30 billion traded. Ethereum, 14 billion. Maybe BNB, but look at that, 1.3 billion. So it's like not very much there. And then XRP at 3.5 billion. Anything below this, you're rarely going to get action on. So what I'm saying here is you really can only focus on two. Ethereum and Bitcoin. That's all you need to focus on, nothing else, because that's where the action is. So you get the action for both those coins, and when you look at, here's the search term I use for Google: Binance futures, blah blah blah, coin volume. That's all you need to look at. So let's look at that. So let's look at XRP. Now, this is the perpetual market, futures market for XRP. I want you to watch that price change. Look at the volume change. Okay, it's very kind of slow. That's the third best. So anything below that you're going to get worse than this. Okay, so that's market opportunity right there. Okay, which means no. But if you do the same thing for, let me do Ethereum, look at the speed action on that. Okay, it's much higher, much faster, right here, much better than XRP. Okay, that really matters. So Ethereum, this is 24-hour volume, and Ethereum being traded. Okay, that speed of price change does matter. Okay, because those are opportunities literally ticking away. So Ethereum's pretty good, but look at Bitcoin now. Okay, look how fast that is for Bitcoin. Okay, so my point here is here you have Ethereum up 5%, Bitcoin up 2%, XRP up barely. Okay, so my point here is when it comes to coins, the only coins to make life simple and volume wise, to make life simple, is just focus on Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's it, nothing else. I've been around long enough to know when you go back into those coins, all these coins here, Terra, Solano, Cardano, Avalanche, they come and go. Okay, they come and go, but they still are no match for either Ethereum or Bitcoin. Okay, so that's the ones you look at. Now, which exchanges again? Let's go back. So here we go under exchanges, derivatives. Okay, now you won't see Coinbase in there for obvious reasons. When you look at Kraken, it's all the way down here. Polyonex, I mean, gee man, you know, I'm going to tell you from my perspective, that speed of price makes a huge difference. Okay, and when you're on other slower moving exchanges, you won't get the same bit. So let me just see where Kraken is, because my bot, I'm going to talk about my past bot. So Kraken is number 23. Let me see if I can find DYDX. So DYDX 15. So already DYDX is better than Kraken. The reason I like Kraken, or sorry, DYDX is right here. It's decentralized. Okay, I've talked enough about that, so that's pretty impressive in its own. And all you need to do is focus on Ethereum and Bitcoin. But this might be an interesting place to go for that, and build up perpetual future trading bots. And then you have also here, centralized on Binance. So for now, I'm set up for, I got the count already in place, the funding's already there for Binance. So let's see what other decentral exchanges there are. So we have this one called Drift. No. MCDX. No. So already you can see a lot of these exchanges are no good. I mean, decentral exchanges are no good. The only one that may be potentially a competitor is DYDX. Okay, for decentral. So if I was to look at where I could go, I would stay on Binance and only, as I said, only focus on Bitcoin and Ethereum. But if you're restricted in a country, I would look at DYDX. Now, let's look at DYDX. So DYDX, yeah, this might be good. Exchange. And what I want to look for are DYDX restricted countries, if there are any. Location restrictions, see what is not allowed. And they can judge based upon your IP, right? So let's see what they are. So here we go. So US, we're okay. Looks like you can trade with this exchange. decentral exchange, that is, DYDX. Oh, here we go. Location restrictions, U.S. According to term of use, if you are a resident or you are currently located in the States, you must physically settle all trades you make using DYDX, fully close and physically settle all margin 28 days, and not access or trade any advanced features including Binance, including Bitcoin trading and perpetual contracts in DYDX, including use of VPN to modify your internet protocol address or attempt to circumvent it. So you can trade on this exchange, but if you're using the VPN, they'll probably ban you and maybe ban your wallet ID. But you can still do it. I think they do that is just so that they can allow Americans to trade using futures. But you guys still, they're trying to force you to be above board and report all your trading with your tax authority, being the IRS. So Americans are allowed to trade here, something I would strongly look at. So I'm kind of making me think here, do I go with Binance or do I go with this one? Okay. So it is making me think here. Now, what kind of strategy are we looking at? I would say, strategy. Which one? Well, you got two really. Mean reverting and the trend following. And I think if you can do both, that'd be awesome. And I do think that they accept an API. Let's see here. API, maybe Python might be good enough. Yeah, there you go. There's a PY DYDX Python Python package. This is good. So now you might be going, why DYDX? Well, a lot of people want to get access to something like this. Let's talk about DYDX. I've talked about enough about DYDX. Just go to my YouTube channel and search DYDX. For instance, let me just show you here. Okay, so if I go Quant Labs, okay. So here, this is interesting, and I'm seeing myself back on. My apologies there. So let me just show you. Here is the PyPy DYDX Python package I talked about. So I'm not sure if that's right from, let me just see here. That's DYDX support. That matters as well. So this is DYDX. Okay, so this is a DYDX themselves putting that out. So that's good. Problems, you maybe go to them support, I can't say. But with, hello everybody, Brian here. Yep, we know, yep, bye. So again, if you go to my channel here, just DYDX, search that. Actually, right here, this one. I have already started talking about DYDX, and I know a lot of you are interested because it's one of my better keyword searches there. But you see, there is an interest in this. Okay, now let's go further. So there is a support there with a direct API or Python package into their API. That's good. So let's look at DYDX itself and why I'm kind of liking it. I've mentioned this multiple times. So for futures, as long as, and all you should really care volume-wise is futures and options. Okay, that's it. But the nice thing about this exchange, let's see here if I can find it. Yeah, right here. Here's the people that are backed by it. Now, you know this guy, Anderson and Horowitz, okay? Whatever they touch goes gold, okay? In here, I know the guy, yeah, right here, Brian Armstrong, he's the CEO and founder of Coinbase. So you know both these guys are heavily pushing this, even though you don't know about it. I don't know who these other people are, but I'll just assume that they've got money. So there's behind the scenes interest and growth in this exchange for what is the big reason. Come under here under trade. Look at this. Look at this. This is awesome. So if you wanted to trade with this exchange, let me just make sure I choose the right language here. Right here are the wallets. So these are the wallets you have. You have Ledger, Trust, Coinbase, and I'm sure in there you'd find Trezor at some point. MetaMask as well. So that's why. I've already talked about everyone English. So that's one other thing. And the other thing I like about it is this one right here. Is these coins. They're not a bad selection, but truthfully, as I shown earlier, I do think you're better off just to focus on Ethereum and Bitcoin. That's it for volume. So let's just take a look at this. So if I look at Bitcoin volume here, I mean, I know it's not going to be at the same level as Binance, but let's see if we can do a 24-hour. So 24-hour volume, 865 billion. Wow. So what was Binance? Binance 24-hour volume. Okay, here. Let's find Bitcoin. So Bitcoin. Wow. Hold on. Okay, no, this is what I want. So we have Bitcoin volume 12 billion, where Bitcoin for DYDX is right here. No, this one, almost $1 billion. I mean, unless you're trading more than, I'm willing to put more than $1 billion at risk on this exchange, and you're doing like $1,000 at risk, it won't make a difference where you trade personally between Binance or Ethereum. But it's one of those things to be on the lookout for. Let's look at the volume of Ethereum as well. Okay, so Ethereum 24-hour volume, 750 million. Right? So they're pretty well in line. Now, if I was to assume, maybe Cardano's their next biggest. These are displayed by volume, the order of it. Let's see how Cardano is. As a coin, Cardano is pretty well, I don't know, I'd like to see it come back. Yeah, I mean, it's only 5 million. Yeah, so yeah, Cardano's not much. Maybe if I looked at XRP, they might have, or Ripple. But they have all the big coins. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Anyways, if you like this sort of stuff, come on over to our contact page, quantlabs.net. Contact, and get in touch. Right there. And we shall talk to you later. Keep all this in mind. Later.